All right, there we go. There's some audio. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I get to do the whole intro again. So, I'm in Paris, and this is the wonderful Hermon Mehari. How you doing, Hermon? Can you guys hear everything all right? Go ahead and say a few words, Hermon. Let's see. How about now? Go ahead and try again.
Audio test, check, check, check.
Yes, there we go.
Checking. I'm Hermon Mehari.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so this is Hermon Mehari, who's from Kansas City. And, you know, the truth is that I haven't done this so much recently because we've just been doing stuff in person. But it's actually pretty wonderful to be trying this out again because there's so many possibilities with Farplay. You know, you can do what we're doing right now, or do rehearsals, or do lessons, or you could do like music therapy. Anyway, so I just wanted to get the official version of Farplay out and actually play some music with it. So again, this is Hermon Mehari, who has been. How long have you been living in Paris now?
That's 5 years now.
5 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I've played maybe we've played maybe 3 or 4 times together on gigs in Paris. It's been really fun every time, and maybe we should. Oh, Fred at Tepfer asked, "Where is Hermon in Kansas City?" No, he's in Paris as well as I am. So this is a very low stakes Farplay session, not like the demo that I released yesterday with Kristen Berardi, who was 400 miles away. Frank Geyer says the audio quality is fantastic, so that's good news. Let's play a song.
Yes.
What do you think? We haven't planned anything here because this is very last minute. Maybe we play a tune.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
I hear Rhapsody.
I hear Rhapsody. That sounds nice.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, Herman. Beautiful, man.
Sounds great.
Man, it's super nice to hear that beautiful tone of yours in my earphones. Beautiful. Is the sound okay, you guys? I want to say hi to Frank Geyer and Danielle Pralong and Sanda Yoncha. I would love to know how to pronounce your name, Sanda, who's in Romania. Bruce Letty, who's in Santa Monica. Maggie Manders in the UK. Sandy Belford in Sydney, Australia.
Wow.
Isn't this incredible? It's amazing to me that we can be doing this and people are listening all over the world.
So cool.
Frank Geyer asks, has there been a trumpeter before on Dan's live stream? I don't remember. In fact, there has never been a trumpeter on these Monday live streams or on any of the live streams I've done. So, Hermon Mehari, you're the first, man.
Yes.
Great to have you here.
An honor. Yes, a pleasure.
Matt Mazur is in Baltimore. Chris Ruff, my uncle, is in Oregon, and Dylan Decker in New Orleans. Yeah. Hi to Joyce Glasgow and Nozomi Mizawa too. My dad says the piano level is weak. Should I turn Hermon down? Let me know if you think I should. My dad's making comments. He says Dan's voice is too strong. All right. Well, Joyce Glasgow says it sounds perfect. That's the kind of feedback we like. And Bruce Letty says, haha, what a dad comment. That is quite a dad comment, saying that my voice is too strong.
It's true.
Okay, I'll turn my voice down a little bit. Why not? All right. Well, let's play another tune.
Yeah. Or let's get into this. Let's get into it.
Let's
work our way into
getting used to this again.
Yeah.
What would you like to play?
Do you do Stompin' at Savoy?
Stompin' in the Savoy. How's that go again?
Oh
yeah. What key?
D flat.
I hope so.
Or, I mean,
let's try it. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Okay. Stompin' at the Savoy with Hermon Mehari. Yeah, Herman. Beautiful, man.
Wow.
Oh, it's this beautiful, relaxed tone you're bringing to this. Gorgeous, man.
Man, it's insane. It's like you're just like, it's like you're here. It's really, it's blown my mind. It's like we're in the same place. Really, this technology is crazy. It's like
Yeah, it is pretty wild. I mean, we're really close by, obviously, but even quite a bit further away, it really feels like you're in a studio, basically.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Super similar experience to like, yeah, one of those studios where you can't, where you know, instead of there being glass between the booths,
yeah. The camera or the
you've got
screen.
the camera with the
Yeah.
with the TV, and
Yeah.
you can look at each other that way.
Totally.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. In some ways, you know, sometimes I can get better sound doing this than I can in the same room, because, like, you know, trumpet, for example, it's an instrument that puts out a lot of sound.
Right.
And so sometimes that can be hard to mix in the same room with a piano. Like, you get a lot of bleed. This way we got isolations.
It's great.
Let's see. Mike Seitz has joined us. I think somebody else said the piano was a little quiet. Maybe I'll just bring the piano up a tiny bit. Let's see. Extra 2 dB of piano. Maybe that'll do it. It's one of the interesting things about these streams is, like, you know, I get just a few minutes to mix it, and that doesn't really take into account, like, us playing out more because we're getting more into the music or
Right.
whatever. Matt Nazur says, I do children's music and there is so much pushback about virtual. We tried it and it didn't work, but it totally worked and so many of our audiences love it. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of potential there. I don't think it replaces live performance in any way, but it's like an added thing that's pretty exciting to me. By the way, I wanted to mention, you know, this is one of those wonderful live moments in jazz where, like, I had forgotten how the bridge went on that tune. And this is how Hermon is masterful. On his first chorus, he played really obviously what the harmony was, and so then I was able to hear it. And then from then on, I knew how the harmony went on the bridge of that song. And I just love those moments, man. That's communication.
Yes,
you know?
absolutely.
Like, you noticed that I didn't know it,
Yeah.
and you said, "Here, let me help you out."
I got you. Yeah, it's all good.
And I noticed that you were helping me out, and, you know, those moments make me feel really good.
Yeah.
Joyce Glasgow says, "I love hearing you, Hermon. Delightful."
Thank you.
Let's play another one. Maybe I should pick one.
Sure.
I seem to remember from one of our gigs, you played Panonica, right?
I don't play that one.
What was it? Another monk tune we played? Like maybe Ask Me Now?
Ask Me Now. Yeah, I do that.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Ask Me Now by Thelonious Monk. Oh, you know what? I want to take a second to thank the people who are supporting these streams on Patreon. I forgot to do that last week, and I just want to do that real quick. So I'm gonna, here we go. I'm gonna take Hermon away for a second and just let's let the names go by, because these are the people who support me on Patreon, and that's how I'm making these streams possible, these regular Monday streams. So if you feel like supporting, head to patreon.com/Dan Tepfer, and you can support for $5 a month, and much appreciated. It's literally what makes these streams possible. And here's Hermon back. Matt Missouri says, "I'm amazed you are using iPhone headphones." You know, actually, I find that these work really well for this because they're basically open ear, like they don't block any of the sound. So that way I can hear myself in the room and I can hear Hermon well. I know, it's a funny thing, but what can you say? Here's Ask Me Now by Thelonious Monk with Hermon Mehari. Gorgeous, man.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful.
Wow.
It is really nice to hear your beautiful trumpet sound in my earphones. That's another advantage of doing things this way. For those of you just joining us, we're using this app that I just released yesterday, actually, called Farplay, that enables you to play together over the internet. It's a program for doing low latency audio, which is something I've been doing throughout the pandemic, but it was really, really challenging to do the way I was doing it before, and this is an app that makes it a lot easier. And if you want to check it out, just go to farplay.io. It's free, by the way. Danielle Prolong says, bravo, can Hermon tell us about his instrument?
Is that a trumpet player asking? It depends. But
I don't think Danielle is a trumpet player. I think I don't know. I think you could take it however you want.
You know what I mean? Because it's a different answer if it's a trumpet player.
Yeah.
I'll answer it both ways. So this is the trumpet. If you don't know what a trumpet is, it's a brass instrument that's played by making vibrations through mouthpiece. I'm putting it towards the microphone. So that gets amplified in the trumpet. Boom, boom, boom. And you have the vibration go all the way through and resonate through the bell. And it has 3 valves. And what it does is each valve extends the distance that wave has to travel. And so when you're putting a certain amount of airspeed into the horn, when you make it travel further, you lower the pitch. So that's how the trumpet essentially works.
Right, it's like the valves actually open up an extra bit of distance that the air has to go through, right?
There's these little extra slides here, little extra tubing, basically, here. So yeah, that'll just do a half step because it's the smaller one, and then the bigger one is a whole step because it's twice the length. And this is the third biggest one, and that'll do a step and a half. And then you have all the combinations, of course.
Yeah. You know, those of you who've been coming to these live streams regularly, you know that I am super into harmonics, into the harmonic series, and it's something I spend time thinking about and I use in my work. In particular, you know, for example, turning the vibrations of pitches in the harmonic series, turning the ratios between those pitches into rhythm. You know, for example, a major triad is 5/4. Trumpet is kind of like the perfect instrument for demonstrating that because it's constantly using the harmonic series. It's like basically you only have a few different notes you can make, right? And then you're using the harmonics of those notes.
Yep.
It's so cool.
Exactly.
It's like really brilliant instrument.
Yes, it is.
And really hard to play.
It is difficult to play. Yes, you're right.
You can never not play, right? You like always have to have your mouthpiece with you, even if you're like on vacation or whatever.
Yeah, I have to play every day.
Yeah.
If there's like this, for whatever reason, I don't play for whatever crazy reason, I feel it the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the extreme version of that. I forget if it was a Rubinstein quote where he said, you know, if I don't practice for a day, I notice it. If I don't practice for 2 days, my wife notices it. If I don't practice it for 3 days, the people in the band notice it, or the people in the orchestra in his case. And if I don't practice for 4 days, the audience notices it. But probably with trumpet, it's like the way more extreme version of that.
It is. It's extreme.
Silvano Raffo says, ever wonder how humanity came up with and evolved these complex instruments through the centuries? Definitely a testament to humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Carol McGoffin says, to me, trumpet is so romantic.
Well, first of all, thanks. But one thing I do love about the trumpet is that it has many colors you can play with. You know, you can make it like, you know, smoky, sexy. You can make it majestic. You can make it brassy, and you can make it so many different things. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is an amazing instrument, and one of those things too, where the barrier to entry is so high that when somebody does it really well, it's like, oh, this is awesome. Man, let's play another tune.
Yeah.
Why don't you call this one?
You want me to call tune? Okay.
Oh, and also I wanted to say, if anybody has questions about how Farplay works, please just ask. I'd be happy to answer.
Yeah. I mean, maybe also for some people who don't know, it might be interesting. Like in general, if you just do a Skype call or a Zoom call, there's latency between. It's, like what we're doing is pretty crazy. Like it's impossible to really to play with someone with Zoom or Skype or FaceTime. It's just impossible because of the lag and latency that exists.
Yeah.
So this technology is really, I'm still blowing my mind. I mean, I'm like, at times I feel like it just feels so right. I just forget what's, which is the point, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy.
Man, I can't wait for you to try it with other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, Fedor Tkachev asked, will Farplay come to iOS at some point? Yeah, I think that'll happen. It's going to be a thing to figure out how to get the audio, the like hardware audio latency low enough on the iPhone, but I think it's possible. And there are Ethernet adapters for iPhones, so I think it'll happen. Okay, yeah, what do you think? What should we play?
Tune. Let's go. Which way should we go? Let's go. A blues?
Yeah, definitely. By the way, we'll take requests, you guys.
Yeah, as long as we know them.
As long as we know them. As long as we like them.
Yeah, let's do blues.
Cool.
Um,
Shall we just start a blues and see what happens?
Yeah, I'll just start a blues. Let's do it. Let's do F blues.
All right. Blues with Hermon Mehari. You want to count it?
1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, Herman.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Woo.
Woo. Ah, that was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Man, I went for this long run today, and I just feel like your energy is just bringing everything back down to the earth. It's really, really beautiful, man. Dos Gulmus Dos, I would love to know where you are from. Says, you two make my evening sweet. Thanks, guys. And Grace Chu says, greetings from momentarily not raining nor tornado, British Columbia.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. We're playing here and people are listening all over the world.
Everywhere.
I still can't get over it.
That's so cool.
Gender Tour asks if we'll do something by Miles.
Miles. Sure.
There's always Donna Lee.
Oh yeah, that counts as Miles, isn't it?
I mean, it seems I've never. It doesn't seem like a Miles tune, but it seems like, unlike Solar, which clearly was not written by Miles, it seems like Donna Lee might actually have been written by him. Do you know the story on that?
I don't know. I mean, the language is so burnt.
It seems super Charlie Parker,
Yeah.
of course, but he was also hanging out with Charlie Parker a lot of the time, and he was a very smart guy.
These are both true. But it's just funny, you're coming from Kansas City, it's like it's like you want to give props to Charlie Parker. But I'm also a trumpet player, and Miles Davis is basically, I mean, he's from Alton, Illinois, but that's just outside of Missouri, so it's not that far either. So I could go both ways.
I can see you have some torn allegiances.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Then again, they really appreciated each other, so
Exactly.
it's not really like rival teams.
Wow.
You want to play Donna Lee?
Sure.
I hope I can remember that. Gooseopolis says, hey Dan, gorgeous playing both, and congrats on Farplay. Really exciting news. Can it work with, say, Piano Tech direct from the Mac, or does it need to go through a mic? That's a great question. Yeah, it can totally work with a sound you're producing directly in the computer. It's actually super easy to set up. Basically what you do is, like, let's say you got your Piano Tech plugin making the piano sound that you want to use. You would send that to something like Black Hole, which is a free audio plugin. Well, it's not actually a plugin. It's an audio device, a virtual audio device that's free. That'll then ferry that audio to Farplay as an input. So yeah, super simple to do. And Angus, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love for you to try it. So, do we want to do Donna Lee, or do we want to do something else?
Donna Lee's cool, as long as it's cool with the requester.
The requester. Hey, man, requesters don't get to be too picky.
You're right.
All right, here's Donnelly nominally by Miles Davis. One, two, Man, that's one of those tunes that like, I don't know how it is for you, but every time I play, especially if I haven't played it in a long time, like
yeah.
I haven't today, it's kind of like, woo, here we go.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo, beautiful, man.
Yes.
Gooseopolis says, nailing Donald Lee together is certainly a good proof of concept for minimal latency.
Exactly.
Yeah, actually, this is one of the tunes that I played with Christian McBride back like over a year ago, or maybe just about a year ago, when I was in New York, and he was in New Jersey, I think about 35 miles away. And 35 miles away, that's a pretty significant distance. And yeah, we were able to play, I think maybe it was even a little faster than that, I think. And it was totally cool. So yeah, that definitely speaks to the low latency. Joyce Glasgow says, a trumpet's bell, curved and shining brass, sends forth Gabriel's tones from a mountaintop, heard throughout the valleys, notes spilling out, melting into palpable vibrations, reverberating like a blanket of sound, wrapping us all in joy, soothing our souls.
Wow.
I saw there was a request earlier for Around Midnight. Do we want to do Around Midnight?
Sure. Yeah, it's been a minute. I think I've got it though.
Yeah? Let's just do the tune then. As opposed to like the the coda and all that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just have one question about the this technology. Is there a difference if someone's really far away?
Yeah, because basically, like a central tenet of physics is that nothing can go faster than the speed of light, ever. So at the very, very least, if you're going to go, let's say, New York to San Francisco,
yeah,
that's 3,000 miles, and it's been a while since I did the math, but I think that's about 15 milliseconds at the speed of light. I'm kind of saying that off the top of my head. I don't remember the exact figure. And so what we're looking for here in order to play like rhythmic music together, like Donald Lee, for example, something that's that tight, we're looking for latencies below 20 milliseconds. One of the nice things about Farplay actually is that it'll tell you what kind of latency you're getting. So that's a pretty convenient thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like there's no scenario, unfortunately, in which we'll be able to play this way with somebody like in Tokyo. It's just literally impossible by the laws of physics. There's no technology that could ever do that.
Right.
But you can still play. I mean, it's still like I did a duet concert with Thomas Enko when I was in New York and he was in Paris. That's 3,500 miles, and there was latency, but we could play together. We just kind of had to deal with it. It's kind of like, it felt kind of like somebody's like laying way back on the beat.
Okay.
So it can be done. It's not going to be like this.
Great.
Right. Jen Detour asks, how far is Kristen from Paris? So Kristen Berardi is this wonderful singer that I've been playing with, doing this quite a bit, and she did the Farplay introduction video with me. She is 400 miles, or I think it's exactly 380 miles from Paris in Lucerne, Switzerland. So around midnight?
Sure.
Cool. Here we go.
Yep. Right on it.
Oh, and Joyce Glasgow says that concert with Thomas worked, talking about that concert with Thomas Enko that we did where he was in Paris and I was in New York. Yeah, right on it. Gorgeous, man.
Beautiful, yeah, man. Wow.
That was beautiful.
Thanks for the request.
Yeah, thanks for that request. Yeah. Carol McGoffin says, the trumpet is so amazing, so many colors, like breathing life in, and sometimes struggling, but so natural. I don't think she means that you're struggling. It's more like you can convey. Trumpet, there's so much struggle just in order to create a sound. Like you convey struggle, right?
Yes.
Seems like that's a big part of like Ambrose Akamusari's quest, you know?
Absolutely.
Conveying that struggle in the sound.
Yes. And then speaking of colors, you know, he gets so many colors with the horn. You know?
Yeah.
It's just another way that this trumpet can do so many things.
Yeah. There's that Wayne Shorter quote. He said that in order to play music, you need resistance. You need something to push against, which I think is very, very true.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it could be many things. It could be like a compositional constraint, but it could also be like the resistance of a reed and a saxophone. Trumpet's got a lot to push against.
Yes. Yes.
Man, I just want to keep playing. We've been playing for almost an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You have a request?
Me?
Yeah. Frank Geyer says standing ovation. Thank you, Frank.
Yeah, the only thing is I can't see everyone's. I'm relying on you to get all the feedback because I don't see the feedback.
Oh man, we totally could have done it. You know what? You could bring it up on the computer. Like just go to facebook.com/Dan Tepfer. And you should be able to at least see the Facebook comments. There are also comments on YouTube. I'm seeing both, but Chloé Calzat Fouinard says, how much did it take for you to create the app? Bonsoir du Mans. Oh, she's in Le Mans, where I was just playing a couple weeks ago. Yeah, we've been working really hard on it. So the whole journey started in April 2020, like right at the beginning of the pandemic. I came across this software that actually had been in existence since 2004 called Jacktrip. And that had been created by one of the co-creators. His name is Chris Chafe, who's a researcher at Stanford. And I used it throughout the pandemic to play with other musicians. And also, it dawned on me pretty quickly that there was a feature that it really needed and that it didn't have. And so I reached out to Chris Chafe, and he put me in touch with Anton Runoff, who's this brilliant programmer in St. Petersburg in Russia, who is like a veteran of this kind of technical stuff involving voice over the internet. And we together created Broadcast Output, which ended up becoming part of the Jacktrip source because it's an open source project. But the thing is about Jacktrip is that it's basically just like impossible to use for most people. It's just like requires you to jump through so many hoops. You basically have to be a computer programmer to use it. And so earlier this year, like in February 2021, Anton and I decided to create this app. The goal of it is just to make it super easy, to make it like as easy as Zoom. So yeah, we've been working on it since February of this year, working pretty hard on it. So hope you'll check it out. Wait, what are we playing? Oh yeah, we haven't decided, right?
We haven't decided. Let's do, how about
We were talking about doing a free improvisation.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
I'm surprised we haven't.
Yeah, I love doing that, man.
I'm way into it.
All right, we're going to do a free improvisation featuring Hermon Mehari. Oh man, that was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, great man, great ears.
Likewise, man. Of course.
That was so fun. Yeah, I really felt like we could go in a lot of different directions
Absolutely.
harmonically, and you were right there.
Absolutely.
Beautiful, man.
I love doing this. It's
Me too. You know what? I didn't know that about you actually, because the gigs we've done, it's all been like standards. But this is one of my favorite things to do for sure.
Absolutely.
Isa Renardi says, such a gorgeous dialogue, so much more intense than words. Thank you both. May we ask for a last encore, please, please, please. Oh, you can read the comments now, right?
Yes. Let's see. Maybe click on comments.
Goosopolis says, wow, great to hear a free improvisation that was so rich harmonically and melodically and not simply out or sticking on a vamp. Instant mini suite. You know, thank you for that. And yeah, free improvisation, it's like, it's scary because there's so many possibilities. It's limitless, and it can be easy to get lost in the limitlessness of
Yes.
it, you know?
Exactly.
But really all comes down to listening. And yeah, Hermon's a wonderful listener.
Yeah. It's a dialogue. And there's there's this trust and yeah, it's so beautiful. I think because it's really what's, you know, like really what you're hearing and what you're responding to, and it's just so unpreconceived, and it's just, you know.
Yeah, well, what it does is like you can't take anything for granted, right?
Yeah.
You really have to hang on every note.
Yeah.
And that's probably what this music is made for, or at least improvisation, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah. Joyce Glasgow says, this duo needs a recording.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Joyce.
Wow, such nice comments.
Yeah. Xiao Xiao, who's an amazing musician herself, a music researcher here in Paris, says, wow, Farplay fan art. The two of you playing in your boxes with a tapestry of ever-changing landscapes, weaving a glowing bridge in the empty ethers between.
Wow.
It sounds really good. I guess you're going to have to make it, Xiao Xiao.
Yes.
I want to see that. Should we play one last one?
Yeah, sure.
What are you thinking?
What's a good finisher?
Let us know if you have some requests, you guys. Joyce Glasgow says about that improvisation, a letter received and one sent in plume, pen, and ink, a musty attic, sun shining through cobwebs, the paper parched and yellow with age, a correspondence found between the souls of two people, suspended in time from the past, but comprehended in the present moment, an enigma, a window into emotions to learn and grow.
Wow.
Yeah. Peter Katz requests, I've grown accustomed to her face.
Wow.
I don't think I really know that one. And Jen Detour says, Hermon is playing in Peru tomorrow night, according to his website.
This is true.
Where are you playing there?
It's part of a it's part of a jazz festival or series, I think.
Hmm.
And it's with Leila Olivesi.
Nice, man.
Yeah, Hernanette.
Anyone in France in the area, you should go check it out.
Yeah, it's not
Go
too
to-
far from Paris. So.
It's Hermon Mehari, Mehari.com, right?
Yep.
Just your website.
Yep.
Hermon Mehari. That's Hermon.
Exactly.
I guess it's in the title of this video, so
Right.
you know that. And you can see what Hermon's been up to. He also has a bunch of records.
Yeah.
So, yeah, please check him out. Frank Geyer says we should play something for Louis. I guess he means Louis Armstrong.
Something for Louis. Do you? This might be a stretch, kind of a random one. Do you know After You've Gone?
Not well enough.
Okay. Or something for all of me.
All of me.
Yeah. Okay.
What key?
See?
All right.
Is that cool for
Sounds
you?
Yeah, that's definitely fine. Yeah.
For the
Joe Galactus requests every time we say goodbye. Do you know that?
Every time we say goodbye.
Every time we say goodbye, I die a little.
Oh wow.
Every time we say goodbye.
No, I don't do
wonder
that. I don't
why
do
a
that
little.
one. No.
Yeah, nice tune. Let's play All of Me.
All of me, yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Everyone knows that one. They'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful, man.
Likewise. Wow.
That's a tough tempo.
That is a really tough tempo, actually.
I was expecting it way faster than that. When you counted it off, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's that in the cut, like that tempo. That's a hard.
Yeah, right in the cracks, man.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, so fun. Great to play with you, man. I just want to do more. But for tonight, I think we're going to say good night. It's been an absolute pleasure playing for you tonight. It's been a real pleasure playing with Hermon Mehari. I want to answer a couple comments here. Molly Shen says, there's a ticketed live stream on Sunday afternoon. In fact, that is no longer happening. And if it's on my website, then I need to take that down. The reason is that the place where we're going to play, in fact, already had something booked and it was double booked. So that's not going to happen this Sunday, but I do plan on doing one soon. Jen Detour asks, can several people use Farplay at once or only duets? So for now, it's only for duets. You can actually open several copies of Farplay and do it with multiple people simultaneously, but that's a bit complicated and a bit hacky at this point. But we will soon be opening it up to larger groups. 6 to 7 people should be realistic. That'd probably be the upper limit unless you have a really, really great internet connection. I'll definitely keep you posted on that. So yeah, thanks again to all of you for listening. Thanks to the supporters on Patreon who make this possible. And thanks once more to Hermon Mehari. And good night to you all.
Good night, everyone. Thanks, Dan.